Hello everybody, it's Evie back and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to bring you a very modern goth makeup tutorial based on some of the signature makeup looks I like to do, as well as bringing in some of the bold color elements that the traditional 80s goths like to use in their looks. So if this sounds like it's for you, keep watching. Starting out, I'm going to go right in with a white base, which is entirely optional. It's just a nice theatrical overlay that I like to incorporate into my looks. I go ahead and I black out my neck to transition the white base into my skin tone. Next up, going in with a nicely pigmented bright blue eyeshadow. We're just going to throw it on right where your eyebrows should start, but a little bit more down towards the nose. And then we're going to trace out a rough, almost eyebrow shape with this color. I know it's weird, but you just have to trust the process. I keep going back and forth over again and again to kind of smoke out this blue color and blend it into the base that I have. The face paint base stays a little bit wet throughout this process, and I really enjoy that because it helps blend everything together. Now we will go ahead and repeat the same process on the other eyelid, or eyebrow, whatever you want to call this area. Brow bone, maybe? I'm going to fast forward this process a little bit so we can get through it. Now that we have a little bit of rough symmetry here, we're going to go ahead and go in with a dark navy bluish color. Even a dark purple could work. We're going to go ahead and put that navy blue in the very outer corners of our eyes, and then blend it up along the brow bone. Will be placed right inside that bright blue that we had down earlier as a transitional color from bright blue into black. I keep going back for more so much since I'm using a dark color, and I would rather go a little bit at a time than a lot at a time and mess up. Once we're happy with that smoky ombre effect we have going with the blue, we'll just go ahead and copy what it looks like on one side directly onto the other. Now, if you think you've made it too small or too dark, you can always take more of this original light blue color we had and just blend it out and smoke it together. I had to go in and do this because I didn't feel like I could see the ombre effect enough, so I wanted it bigger. Now I'm going to go in with a nicely pigmented yellow to contrast with the blue. And I'm going to put the yellow in a really weird spot, so just go ahead and watch closely because it shapes the false lower lash line I build along my natural lower lash line to hold my lashes. And since yellow is a softer color, don't be afraid to go ahead and pack that on really heavy. And then we'll go ahead and repeat that same process here on the other side. Now I'm going to go in with a dark green color to blend the blue and the yellow together. Right in this little spot where the blues and the yellow meet is where we're going to put it and start blending. Use a little bit of the green and blend it along this lower yellow lash line and a little bit going up into the blues. And then if you haven't already, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Like I said before, this green shouldn't be really noticeable, it just seamlessly blends the blues and yellows together. My lovely fiance brought me a beverage and he said you should drink some water too. Time to darken all the colors up with a little bit of black eyeshadow. I'm going to take a little bit of it first and go along the lower lash line, trying my hardest not to eliminate all the green I just added. And then a little bit of it I'm going to take up into the blue and go right under that navy blue I added way earlier, and also try my hardest not to eliminate that. I've also taken more of the black and putting it on the outer corner of my actual eyelid than I have up into the brow bone where the rest of the makeup is, to bring the darkest shadow in the innermost part of the look. Now going in with an eyeliner pencil, I'm going to line half of my lower lash line. I am only lining the half that had been darkened earlier on by the shadows. Now, time for Stress and Tears. We're going to take an eyeliner pen and we're going to trace a false lower lash line along this yellow. Try your best to take it up and connect it to where you finished lining your waterline earlier. This is the fake lower lash line I was talking about previously. Spoiler alert, I used this line to put my falsies on later on in this video. So if falsies aren't for you, go ahead and draw some false eyelashes on now while you have your eyeliner pen out. I also will line my lash line with this eyeliner pen to darken the black I added earlier. And I'm going to struggle really difficultly to do the other side on camera, so bear with me. This part can be really difficult and tedious, so just try your best, honestly. This is me realizing I forgot to do anything on my eyelids themselves, so go ahead and grab some white eyeshadow and put that on your eyelid. And if you used a foundation, go ahead and use a concealer to cut your crease and then apply a white eyeshadow on top of that. The face paint just stays really tacky, so I need to set it essentially. And now for the wing, I'm going to draw a very large dramatic wing. And I've broke it down into individual pieces and individual lines here. My eyes are so weird, so I have a strange shape I have to follow if I want my eyeliner to even be visible. I'm probably going to go ahead and slow this part down a little bit so you can just really follow my process here and keep up with what I'm doing. A lot of it is sort of creating a shape and then proceeding to color in that shape and balancing all the lines out. And the very top line that's just fading into my eyeshadow all awkwardly, I will draw that line following the eyeshadow. I am so sorry if that was a terrible explanation, but the shape really does just follow the shadows of the eyeliner that I did earlier. And then going back for the top of my lash line. I don't do anything crazy here, I just try to balance it out with the rest of my eyeliner so it looks even. And then give yourself a little breather and try to recreate that whole process on the other side. I like to believe the second time around you get a little bit faster because you're just mirroring your actions of the first. You should also use this opportunity to draw on false eyelashes on the top part if you are not using false lashes later on. And this is what we should be working with at this point. I'll be applying lipstick relatively soon, and before doing so, I always like to apply a gloss or a chapstick to prime my lips. And then going in for some eyebrows. Eyebrows change depending on someone's facial structure and just what their personal preferences are. So if you have a personal preference on what your eyebrows should look like, then please feel free to override this section of the video with whatever you would like your eyebrows to look like. I personally am choosing a very thin brow today since the rest of my makeup is very large and I don't want my eyebrows to take up too much of my forehead space because I don't have very much to work with here. Then we're going to go ahead and do the other eyebrow unless you only want one, in which case only have one eyebrow. I decided I wanted like a little cat's eye wing off the inner corner of my eyes, so I'm just going to go ahead and add that part here. And then, like I said earlier, we're going to go right in with our lipstick. I've got a bit of running around to do today, and I'm probably going to stop and get food, so I am adding a cream lipstick underneath everything, just because I think it holds better. And with the cream lipstick, I outline the shape of my lips, especially on the lower side because of all my piercings, and then fill it in. Once that's roughly done, go ahead and top it off with a black lip gloss. My favorite by far is Wet n Wild's black lip gloss, and I can also use it to kind of fix any of the errors that I have made in the lipstick. I got these really cute lashes from Dollar Tree with little yellow butterflies that match my makeup, so I'm going to go ahead and use these today. Now, when applying your eyelashes, I always apply mine at an angle. Start by letting the glue tack down at the very inner corner first, and then moving it up following the angle of your eyeliner. For me, this makes the lashes a lot more comfortable, and I also get a longer wear time out of them. This is also such a lifesaver if you have glasses, because I do, and my lashes do not constantly smack up against my glasses. When applying lashes on your lower lash line, go ahead and flip them around, and then you're going to apply your glue accordingly, not where you would typically apply them as if you were applying top lashes. And like I had spoiled earlier on in this video, I will use this false lower lash line that I created and apply these false eyelashes going along that false lower lash line. Also, when picking out lower lashes, I choose very short and spread apart lower lashes because the thicker and bushier ones I save for my top lashes. Go ahead and throw those on the bottom lash line on the other side as well. And I don't know if it's just me, but I don't feel like my lashes have enough drama, so I'm going to add a second pair of eyelashes over top of the first pair. Mainly just because I really want the crazy lashes with the butterflies to be noticeable in this. And I got these nail stickers that I haven't used, so I'm just going to start sticking these all over my face because I thought they would be really cute. 2020 hindsight though, I would have much rather used eyeliner and drawn them on because it was very uncomfortable and I did not enjoy the feeling. But I guess it's cute though. Here's the look finished up. Thank you all so much for watching, and if there's a makeup look you'd like to see me try, let me know.